Finishing reviewing Biggle's Adventures in Time in her compound one night, Diamanda Hagan was shot dead by a gang of strident atheists. She found herself in the present, facing a reflection that was not her own and driven by an unknown force to review exploitation films from the 1930s. Her only guide on this journey is Alistair the Homeless Bastard, a drunken actor who only turns up in the Freaks review. And so Hagan finds herself leaping from reviewer to reviewer, watching ancient exploitation movies and hoping that her next leap will be the leap home.
We open on credits. A lot of them. These people are long dead. I don't care about them. Oh, frack it. That's better.
And there's even a letter from the makers. Ho-hum, I don't care!
And we open up on a mythical time that never really existed. Happy poor who live in a world of cockerels crowing and soft focus.
This is so happy. That their illusion is going to be shattered is so obvious. I'm sorry, but I got to do this. Actually, it looks like I'm trying to say that the destroyers have awoken. Frack! Bloody cunt stains! I can't say frack! It just comes out saying frack!
So the girl gets ready for her chores and...
This shot is missing something. That's better.
So the girl, who I shall call girl...
Because Roderick Bellethrue, the 14s, is a little clunky.
So the girl has her top cut way low, bends over, leaps in the mud to save a piglet from a not immediate danger, is followed around by a local boy, and gets into a water fight with the same local boy.
We're 5 minutes in. This is a 1-hour film. So yeah, they should have called this film Child Skank.
So some kids are hanging around outside the school when the bell rings, and then suddenly a load of kids are slowly approaching. So a girl and her boyfriend are walking to school, and for 8 seconds we cut to the kids arriving at the school. And then we cut back to them still walking, and girl's dress has changed color and style.
Wow. Even for white trash, that was a quick first sexual experience and clothes being put on inside out.
So they keep walking and hear a shot, so they go running and see what's up.
Even though the fact that they're in Appalachia, the sound of gunfire could mean anything from hello to, oh my god, the cave dwellers are attacking!
Turns out somebody's been shot.
I still think it'd be more interesting if they got to school and nobody had been shot.
So the guy who's been shot is the boy's dad, and he appears to be dead. But...
I'm not dead!
Jane, go for help! Hurry! Hurry! Yes, Freddie!
So the girl gets her parents to help, and he's suddenly so not dead he can speak.
Mike, tell me who shot you, and I'll follow him to his grave. No, Ira, it's my fight. I'll take care of that skunk when I'm up and about. Oh!
Alas, there won't be an arena for 60 years befitting of such revenge.
So the kids arrive, and we not only don't get to see the 1930s Pledge of Allegiance and its nifty salute, which looked like this, but we also get to hear their choice of school song.
Jingle bells, jingle bells, jingle all the way.
Apparently, I Saw Mommy Kissing Santa Claus was a little too obvious.
Quiet!
So this results in some kids being made to do a spelling lesson, and...
Holy crap! Has that guy been held back for 20 years? He looks like a shaved wampa! I bet you he fracked that teacher twice!
Leela, the word banish.
B-I-N-H.
That was a very good try, Leela. You try it, Bill.
Banish. B-A-N-D-H.
H-I-S-H. You'd better take your book home with you tonight.
Things have just worked out. 1. Kids in rural Appalachia were better at spelling than kids on the internet today. 2. The third kid did a much better job of nearly spelling the word than the second one, and yet he got treated worse than her. I think I know which of the kids the teacher had a messy breakup with. So school continues and 2 of the boys go into the same toilet.
I guess it saves having to use glory holes.
So what do I have to say about this school? Well, it's not as hot as one education center in Appalachia. So later on, the teacher's boyfriend, Charlie, arrives.
Darling!
Luckily for him, it's not banjo playing, squeal like a pig season. They're just gonna lynch him. Off screen.
Charlie's the assistant DA, hates country folk, and wants the teacher to marry him. He also looks like a damaged George Clooney puppet come to terrible, unholy life.
You know why I stay here?
But you promised that when I became established in my profession, you'd marry me.
Yes, I know.
Well, now I'm assistant district attorney. You can't stall me this time.
Oh, I am proud of you, Charles. But I haven't accomplished what I set out to do.
Now, you're wasting your time.
No, dear, I'm not.
Yes, you are. Now, look here, Eileen. You can't change the customs of these people. Others before you have tried.
If only there was some way to harness their customs for entertainment. Some sort of show. A Jerry Springer show. Them and their customs like marrying each other's dogs and eating cars could bring joy to millions.
But you've been out in the world. You've gone to school.
Yes, I was fortunate in obtaining an education. Now it's my duty to help them.
All the education in the world wouldn't help them.
If only there was a way to cover them in fur and sell them to zoos across the world. Time for a quiz. Given that she's a teacher and has just had a scene explaining that she can't leave the hills until she helps her people, and has been going on about her education, what sort of help is she referring to? What word does she need to complete before she can leave? A. More education. B. Ending the legal marriage of adults to children. Or C. Inventing NASCAR. Time's up! It's obvious to anyone who's seen the film's title. It is, of course, B. Ending the legal marriage of adults to children. Which will shock the people who wrote that scene because everything in it indicated that they were leading up to A. Giving more education. Anyone who voted for C, inventing NASCAR, slap yourself. So Charles attempts to bring about an anti-child marriage law.
And as governor of this state, I beg of you to realize that this child marriage law will be a wedge to free these mountain people from adverse social and economic conditions.
And the fact that it'll help me get my end way is neither here nor there. So then we have an illegal still and an appearance by Angelo Rosito from Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome and Freaks. Angela has some money from a delivery, and this douche wants it, so...
Hey, leave him alone.
Redneck fight!
All right. This time I lose. But there'll be a next time. Ain't gonna be no next time.
So, annoyed that he managed to lose the fight, he goes off and gets a bunch of his friends to put on black masks to scare the school teacher.
Apparently the minions are so feared that even 75 years before their creation, they were striking fear into the hearts of rural Appalachians.
When I say scare the school teacher, I mean tar and feather the school teacher, because it's my video and I choose what words I want to use.
Why the school teacher? I'm not sure. Why does she open the door in the middle of the night when she knows that there's rednecks about? No idea.
So although the shots are so dark you can hardly see it properly, the school teacher gets saved before they can tar and feather her. Her rescuers are the girl's dad, Angelo from Freaks, and the guy from the fight scene.
When the guys put their hands up to avoid being shot, the rescuers should have realized that they weren't dealing with real minions.
And just so we're clear, from the guys putting on the mask to her being rescued, was a 7-minute sequence in a 60-minute film. Frack, was that boring. Now, gentle viewers, the next scene is the reason the film became infamous. The scene that gets cut out of most of the DVD versions. A scene that would be controversial if it was made today. The scene that got the film banned in a hell of a lot of countries. The scene that made this the prototype exploitation film. Shown here with all the audio intact, but with added inappropriate sound effects.
Freddie, you ain't going swimming with me no more, so don't you take your clothes off. Ah, you're teasing. No, I'm not. I mean it. We've always gone in swimming together. Why not now? Teacher says not to. Why? Well, because we're not what we used to be. You mean we're different? How? No, we're the same, only you can't see me without my clothes on. How come? I know how you look without your clothes on. I've seen you lots of times, haven't I? Yes, I know. But now we're grown up. Darren. Teacher says if I put bad ideas into your head. Oh, shucks. Then I can't kiss you no more. Of course you can, silly. Only with my clothes on. You going in? All right.
Oh yeah, you like that, don't you? Don't you?
Well, talk about bad taste. Yeah, it's obscene. That's the point.
And if you want to find out what's in the scene, just go online, Google it. Just be prepared to get a visit from the police. Or just consider the title of the film, Child Bride, and let your mind wander a bit.
Ah, what do you want?
Nothing of you, you old scarecrow. I know what you're aiming at.
Oh, hush your fuss.
I swear, some of these are like an 80s softcore porny advert for something tropical.
Gone terribly, horribly wrong!
So after that, we see a hillbilly beating up his wife who shows off her cleavage. While the best lightning effects that a no-budget film in the 30s could buy flash to be dramatic.
Yeah, not sure who they are, but I'm assuming they're one of the bad guys. Oh, maybe he's the bad guy.
Which would mean the guy who was assaulting his wife was one of the good guys. Hank Pym, you're part hillbilly. So suddenly the kids are walking home and there's suddenly a serious storm a-brewing. But she has time to kiss the guy before she runs off home. Water fight, upskirt shots covered in mud, only recently stopping stripping off in front of her male neighbor, allows strange film crews to film her naked, and kissing? They should have called this child Harlot. So the girl arrives. It turns out that the wife-beating dead guy was the girl's dad, who was one of the good guys.
Daddy! Jenny! What's happened? Oh, Mother! I think Daddy's dead!
Wow, what the hell, hero?
Oh, and yeah, it could be argued that the whole lightning storm thing was to symbolize the storm is coming in the story, but I call bullshit. No one who worked on this was smart enough to come up with that.
They ordered a lightning effect, and by the Lords of Cobalt, they were gonna use it.
And even if they were smart enough to come up with that, that's still the most basic and stupid bit of foreshadowing I've ever seen.
Insert a clip from film with more basic and stupider foreshadowing here.
So the guy who killed the girl's dad arrives.
Ah, hell, I've been pretty lax with giving people names. He's gonna be Jay Leno.
So Jay Leno arrives and convinces the mother that she killed the guy, even though when she stabbed him, she only gave him a flesh wound.
I only scratched his side, I thought.
Just a flesh wound.
So Jay Leno offers to make it look like the husband died after falling off a cliff.
I'll make it look like he fell over a cliff.
Because cliffs often have knives at the bottom of them.
And in return, Jay Leno wants to marry the girl.
I want to talk to you, though, about her.
You mean Ginny?
That's right.
Note for mothers, when guys offer to get you out of a jam, but in return they want to marry your underage daughter, go to the police. They probably killed your husband while you were unconscious from his beating. But also, I have to say that girl has been sending out some signals.
They should have called this child Jezebel!
That's no wolf, it's a dog. I bet you somebody's croaked.
Note to self, dogs only bark in Appalachian when somebody's died. Use this information to defeat guard dogs.
Apparently nobody investigates murders in Appalachia because everyone ignores the fact he had been stabbed at least twice. One stabbing I can understand. Lots of people stab themselves when drunk and go on long walks into the woods, dripping blood, and finally keeling over cliffs. But twice? Suspension of disbelief? Gone. So Jay Leno then, I shit you not, begins officially courting the girl by handing her a doll and telling her that he's going to be her husband.
Now listen, Jenny. I'm going to be your husband.
Nothing makes an 11-year-old feel more grown up than being shown their own child.
He then kisses her and has a slight problem walking away, probably because of the erection. So we're now 53 minutes into an hour-long film and are about to see the terrible, the controversial, titular Child Bride.
If there is anyone here among you who knows of any reason why these two people should not be joined together in holy wedlock, let him speak now or forever hold his peace.
Yes, that guy's dick will break her in half and burst her uterus. That's only if she sucks him off first.
So they're married, and in his wedding suit, Jay Leno looks a lot like Boris Karloff.
And now I pronounce you man and wife. You may kiss the bride.
So we're literally 2 minutes from the end, and all seems lost. Innocence is about to be besmirched. Well, not innocence. A child slut is about to be violently besmirched by old age cock. What can possibly happen to save the day?
Amen.
Okay, so this is hard to make out, but Angela Rossetti of Freaks and Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome randomly shoots Jay Leno. A happy ending! With very little reasoning behind it, but a happy ending! But they don't explain why the frack that happened. But a happy ending! She doesn't have to be fracked by Jay Leno. Jay Leno's dead, and since no one's fracking investigates murders in Appalachia, they all live happily fracking ever fracking after. Yes.
Oh, Freddie, I was so scared.
It's all right now, Jenny. You don't have to be his wife. Later, you can be mine.
Oh, Freddie, I was so scared.
Yeah, me too, but, you know, I'm really wired. What do you say I take you home and eat your pussy?
You were thinking it too!
Oh, Freddie.
This film was watched and rejected by Mystery Science Theater 3000, and you can see why. The terribleness, bad acting, and accidental comedy is there, but it's got an extra layer of shit. Shit that was meant to be there. Watching it makes you feel dirty, and not in the awesome bitch slap sort of way. More like a, why won't it come off? I wash it, I wash it, I wash it, it won't come off sort of way. This is, at best, an oddity. There's nothing like it around and never will be anything like it again. And, quite frankly, that's a good thing.
I'm Diamanda Hagan, and I have to live with that every day. Wow. Why is there makeup on my face? Why do I feel so dirty? God, repressed memories again? I'm off to get it back.